all that's going to happen as a result for me is I'm going to get more excellent than I already was if I follow the math. There's nothing to fear there. That's awesome, actually. Let's go. Let's freaking go, right? If that's not your response to that information, check yourself because it's going to keep evolving. And you have the option to evolve too. The difference is that that's a bot and it'll evolve because the program tells it to. You're not a bot. You'll evolve because you choose to or not. And if you choose not to, then you get to be really right about how much you're struggling. And then you're back into your own sympathetic sauce. And nobody did that to you. You did it to yourself. So we don't have the luxury of time like we used to, but we've never really had the luxury of time because every time we delayed knowing what we get to know or being really excellent at what we're capable of, every time we delayed up until now, it cost us. It either cost us our confidence or it cost us the client or it cost us the cash because they didn't come back. It's always been a cost. It's just that now the parameters are getting a little more narrow. So back in the day when we still do have annual enrollment in our mastery program, I used to hear a lot from practitioners that would say, you know what, not this year, next year. I'd be like, okay, that's a long time though. You guys, you don't have a year to contemplate and stay stagnant anymore. The skill must double in 3 months for you to stay pace with what the technology is providing people now. That's just the reality. So whatever is on your heart to do, whatever you're afraid to do, is probably where you should go immediately. And do not pass go and do not collect $200. Let's go. Right? It's been our slogan for a while at our annual retreat. We're going. Like we're going. We're not waiting, we're not contemplating, we're not calculating, we're not deciding. We're going. Like actively go. That's always been our slogan, even before I got privy to AI and the timeline. So you get to be going. You get to be really going. And if you're burnt out, this is probably why. You get to assess not just your clients, but assess where you are in your career path right now. Are you burned out because you keep doing the same thing and not pushing the needle on your results or your bank account? Because that's fully within you. You have it within you. You have resources available to you to become the expert specialist that you want to be. And if you say to yourself, well, I did it already. Oh my God, when is it going to happen already? I heard someone say that last week. I'm like, it is not happening. You're the happening. When are you going to happen? When are you going to show up for yourself and hot seat yourself and ask for support so that you don't have to go it alone? When are you going to show up? People are relying on you. You're relying on you to be excellent. That's why you've been here with me for all this time, because you said you wanted to be excellent. Let's go. Time's ticking, babes. We've got this, but we get to dive in now. Get to dive in. All right, I could go on about assessments, but I got my messaging in current day over the band waves. Band waves? I'm making up words. Gary, not bandwidth, radio waves. What is it? What is it? Where am I sending the message out? To all of us. I'm sending it out.
It's your bandwidth. You're right. It's
Bandwidth, but
all,
there's waves like teleporting information out into anyway, I don't want to water down the
yes.
message. I'm sending it from
Just make up a new word.
I have been known to do that actually. I'm
Yeah.
sending my intention for all of you to strive and thrive from my heart out into the ether so that it catches you in time for you to do something about it and be who you get to be. Become the specialist. Become her and him. Don't wait anymore. Don't put it off. Don't put it off. It'll be too late. And I don't want that. I want it to be exactly timed. I want this to be perfectly timed. All right, babes. What questions can I answer for you today? What questions are on the deck for today? Hi, everybody who's here live. What questions do you guys have? Do you have any questions on anything we've talked about? AI, assessments, calibrating touch, timelines, something else you have a question about? We have several minutes. I'm happy to answer questions. Anna,
Hi.
hi.
Um, One of the things that we touched based on in the coursework that I need to keep remembering is assessment does not equal diagnosis.
Right.
So even something and the importance, of not because people love to identify, what's wrong with me, what do I have? So they love a label, and then that label sort of sticks. And it's the languaging around something as simple as the mobility test, and you're hypermobile. Not saying that as opposed to saying, well, your score puts you in the hypermobile range.
Mhm.
And so that's something that for some reason I have to keep remembering constantly, that the impulse is there to, not that I'm qualified to diagnose, but within the scope of what I know, even something like, well, I think, I think there's a problem with your knee. I think, I have to catch myself all the time. So I wondered if you could touch base on the instinct to diagnose.
Yeah. So good, Anna. I love it. Yep. I have 3 ideas that I'm going to share with you. And I will start by saying, because I'm lucky enough to know you well from our training time together, that your processor that I mentioned here in training today, the way you process information, we all have a processor. We all have a primary and a secondary, and there's only 4. So if we are only processing information the way our primary processor processes, we're very comfortable there. And that means that we're only effectively communicating with 25% of the population because there's 4 options. So it's helpful to know what our processors are and how we're coming across even to ourselves and definitely to other people. And what I know about your processor, Anna, your primary and secondary together are strong clarity, and there's an exactness to it, which is beautiful for your former life of being an architect, right? And the exactness that comes with correct measurements, etc. And it's also very helpful when folks are spinning and confused and nervous about their pain to be like, and like rein them right back in. Where it doesn't support you and others with that same processor is when we get very black and white and very right about things because we miss the openness that's available that is required in assessments. We must be open in an assessment because it's literally not about you. It's only about the other person. And so that stretch into being open provides more bandwidth in the other processors to be able to take in more information. So that's number 1 about you specifically. And I'm happy to talk to anybody about their processor. But the 3 points that I wanted to mention about assessments, you mentioned folks are very happy with a label. So you want to be careful not to diagnose. And what I would invite you to consider instead is that actually nobody likes a label. Nobody likes a label because it's a judgment. It's laced in judgment. And that's from Marshall Rosenberg's communication work, nonviolent communication. He talks about that a label is a judgment and a compliment is a judgment. Because if I say you're beautiful or I say you're ugly, it's still my judgment of what I'm seeing. And nobody likes that because it locks them into that very fixed place. There's no other option there.